Jury asks him if he means she should seek help from Black Scythe, the #1 ranked player across all zones. Ryu confirms this. Jury is still puzzled by Ryu's suggestion to enlist Black Scythe's help for round 5. So Ryu explains that he means she should accept Black Scythe's assistance as more of a collaboration. He advises her to form a temporary alliance with him to increase her chances of survival. Still taken aback, she points out that Black Scythe is level 30 and wonders why he would want to work with her, someone obviously much weaker. Ryu reassures her that she has her own strengths, and Black Scythe probably needs her as well, making it a mutually beneficial arrangement. Internally, she admits it would be nice to clear the round with Black Scythe's help, a high-level player. She expresses her ongoing concern to Ryu. He asks her what specifically worries her, and she confesses uncertainty about whether Black Scythe would be willing to team up just because of her modest abilities. Privately, Ryu acknowledges that what she possesses isn't merely a small buff, but rather something remarkable and valuable to him. He encourages her not to fret, assuring her that Black Scythe will likely cooperate not only in this round, but also in future ones. He sees it as a glimpse into the future, easing her worries. Blushing, she asks if he's sure about this, but ultimately thanks him for sharing such vital information. Ryu responds that he can at least offer this much as her friend. Suddenly, Jury asks if she can see his hand for a moment. Ryu then extends his hand beside hers, and a radiant green light emanates from it, illuminating the room. She insists that she should reward him in return for his help, and a green aura envelops Ryu's entire body. With a bright and grateful smile, Ryu expresses his thanks, inwardly acknowledging that she wouldn't want to feel indebted to anyone. He had anticipated she would boost him up in return. Now that everything is settled and he's achieved what he came for, Ryu can head home and utilize that. A system notification pops up, indicating that all of his stats have been boosted by 50% due to the Bless skill. His current kill count stands at 100 out of 100, having exterminated 100 insects from a bag, resulting in a 100% stat increase from the Butcher Rune's effect. Seated on his sofa, Ryu reflects on how his stats should now be quite high, with the blessing from Jury's skill and the bonus from the Butcher Rune after dispatching 100 mealworms. He opens his status window and notices that his luck has skyrocketed to an impressive 84. With this much luck, he figures he can anticipate good things ahead. He retrieves his rare lowest rank magic crystal ticket, which grants random magic crystals ranging from 1 to 5, and is only usable until the next round, restricted to apprentices and above. It's described as a time-limited item offering random magic crystals. If Ryu were an average person, he might have resorted to praying to God for favorable outcomes. But to hell with praying to that damned God, he mutters. He may not know who's responsible, but it definitely seems like the workings of a deity. Who else could round up 1.8 billion people and throw them into a deadly game? There's definitely a divine force at play here, a deity toying with mortals. With a grave expression, Ryu states that should he ever reach a point where he can make a wish come true, upon breaking through the final round, he'd desire nothing more than the obliteration of the accursed deity responsible for this wretched game. Following that declaration, Ryu utilizes his lowest rank Mana Stone draw token, and the system congratulates him on acquiring 5 lowest rank magic crystals, 2 red, 1 yellow, 1 green, and 1 purple. Ryu is astonished by the receipt of 5 crystals, as it's the maximum allowed. Reflecting on the outcome, he remarks that rather than praying, it was cursing the deity that yielded the best results. He chuckles, attributing it to his seemingly good luck. Now it's time for combining. First, he merges the 2 lowest-ranked red crystals, successfully creating a low-ranked red magic crystal. He elucidates that combining magic crystals of the same rank and color yields a higher magic crystal. Utilizing the magic crystal obtained from Arin and the one from the ticket, he fashions a low-ranked purple magic crystal. In another fusion, he enhances his assassin's hood with the red crystals, resulting in a 2% increase in damage. Moving on, he imbues his Shadow of Darkness gloves with the purple crystal, augmenting all stats by +2. Similarly, he infuses his Ring of Resistance with the yellow crystal, gaining a +2 increase in luck. Following this, he enhances his Swift Log Boots with the green crystal, boosting dexterity by +2. And finally, his Blood Assassin suit became infused with the deep blue crystal, granting him a +1% reduction in damage. With a grin, he remarks that he's now used up all the magic crystals he had. It was certainly worthwhile to secure the enhancement by sharing that information. Now he needs to prepare himself to meet Gyeonrock. After Ryu informed Wonnie that the company he invested in had the successor of the Osung Group as its president, Wonnie was utterly astonished. Ryu explains that he was invited to a party as their business partner, indicating they'll collaborate in the future. Trembling, Wonnie questions if he should even attend such an event, to which Ryu reassures him that Gyeonrock said he could bring his family, urging Wonnie not to fret as he straightens his askew tie. Suddenly there's a knock at their door, and Wonnie starts to feel nervous. As Ryu opens the door, Wonnie is taken aback to see the bodyguard waiting to escort them. Recognizing the bodyguard from their first day in the penthouse as the stern individual who declined the rice cake, Wonnie becomes even more anxious. When the bodyguard inquires about Ryu's companion, Ryu promptly responds that he's his younger brother. The bodyguard then hands Wonnie his card and apologizes for the delayed introduction. He introduced himself as Section Chief and Sangcheol. He then expressed his apologies once more to them, acknowledging his previous rudeness. He explained that the party was his way of making amends and hoped they wouldn't feel burdened by it. He then suggests that they should depart promptly, as the limousine awaits them. It was nighttime, and we found ourselves at the Imperial Hotel, Gyeonrock's hotel. As they stepped into this opulent building, Wonnie was still visibly nervous as Gyeonrock called out Ryu's name. With a warm smile, Gyeonrock expressed relief to see Ryu well and alive. "Likewise," Ryu replied. As they shook hands, Gyeonrock inquired if Wonnie was Ryu's brother, to which Ryu confirmed and introduced Wonnie as his younger sibling. Gyeonrock extended his right hand to shake Wonnie's, who, overcome with nerves, used his left hand instead. Unfazed, Gyeonrock greeted him warmly, introducing himself as Ma Gyeonrock, the president of Heavenly Demon Consulting. Ryu quietly instructed Wonnie to use his right hand next time, prompting Wonnie to nervously say hello. Gyeonrock then asked if Wonnie was also a player, to which Wonnie nervously denied, stating his age as 14. With a smile, Gyeonrock remarked on Wonnie's stroke of luck, escaping the death game by just 1 year, jokingly expressing jealousy. Then led them to their meeting place, mentioning that though it may be modest, preparations had been made to ensure a memorable evening. Entering a luxurious room filled with delectable cuisine and a personal chef and assistant, Wonnie's face lit up with joy at the sight of the food. Gyeonrock remarked that they must be hungry, acknowledging the small food prepared but expressing confidence that they would be satisfied. Inwardly, Wonnie wondered if Gyeonrock was teasing them, considering the abundance of food before them. Smiling warmly, Gyeonrock invited them to partake, but Ryu's attention was suddenly drawn by approaching footsteps. His eyes widened as he beheld Arin, elegantly adorned in a beautiful dress, entering the room, inwardly surprising him that they had also invited Arin.